Bang bang, and we're here. First podcast, RNL boys. They weren't ready for it. You're still not ready for it. You'll never be ready for it. Doesn't matter. We're doing it anyway. So we're gonna open up. I'm gonna introduce my co-host. You might not know who he is.
I don't really have a platform. I'm kind of anonymous.
Everybody knows Reese the Bra. Okay, so if you know Reese the Bra, you know me. Anyhow, 7 times banned world champion, RNL certified sicko, and me. First point of the podcast. I have to get something off my chest.
Nerds on Twitter.
Nerds on Twitter. Romanian OnlyFans managers on Twitter. This is a problem. Look, you need to start a real business. I'm not going to sit here and rant, so let me take a sip first.
It is a real business, Pierre. They're jerking men off. Isn't that not business?
I just want people to think about that. Like, think about your final product. Like, genuinely, person to person. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Pierre, you're opening up your first ever RNL podcast with something extremely inflammatory.
Yes.
100%. 100%. Think about your end product. Your end product is the male ejaculation.
Look, ask yourself, when it's all said and done, you're laying there with your 10 kids who are all from OnlyFans whores. What did I do with my life? I got the Rari. I got the watch. What did I produce in the world? Male orgasms.
6,401 male orgasms, 215 male erections. Bro, look at yourself. Are you proud of that? I want people to start real businesses. Like, I'm genuinely passionate about people starting real businesses. Why do I say things like this? Because, bro, you eventually have to build or you're going to burn out. But beyond that, it breeds in crazy culture. I want you to think about the people that are flexing, like the people that just live to flex. You have 3 watches and nobody actually gives a fuck about the watches. Like, you got this watch because somebody else likes the watch. That's also homosexual. So now you have 2 people that are consistently raping each end of the online ecosystem. One group of people is making men ejaculate for money. And the other group of people is buying a bunch of nonsense and flexing in front of people. Look, I like flexing.
They're the same people 99% of the time.
Yeah.
It's the same exact people.
And that's why I'm talking about both of them at the same time. So I say that to say start a real business. Now, one of our real businesses, SABRE supplements. Okay? We get, I don't know how many testimonials on SABRE every single day. It's a real product. You know what the fuck is on the back of the label, and you don't feel shame pitching this product. This is why I can sit here and show you this product every day, because I'm sitting here and giving you something good. It's good for you. It's good for me. I make money. You get healthier by taking said product. I'm passionate about the product, and it coincides with what I do. I genuinely like fitness, lifestyle, men's health, and stuff like that. So I can give you this product and be okay, right? You going to sleep at night being a professional male jacker-offer is incredible to me. Incredible to me. I can't even fathom that, really. Like, right now, I'm still trying to think about it, and it's making me more mad the more I think about it. And 85% of you are Romanian. I'm not racist. Yes, I am. Okay? That's crazy.
Come to Romani, brother.
Come to Romani, brother. So that's what I'm saying. And so to tie in the ethos of what I just said, it's about authenticity. Authenticity is the motive of what I just said. Because I'm selling a product that I care about that's authentic that you're going to buy. 1, I'm an authentic person to sell this product. I am elite level strength. I can bench 2 times my body weight. I'm top 0.11% in every single lift. I've been training combat for 2 years, and I'm not even top 5 in combat in RNL. You have Tom, who's knocking people out on his first fight, cutting 26 pounds in 10 days. You have Jacob, who I can't even watch him shadow box because his hands are not visible, right? You have Q, who's even stronger than me, and I'm 2 times my body weight. So yes, we have the supplement company because it coincides. Then you have a bunch of other people, right? You just look at half the Romanian population, and they look like they're bred from incest, right? And I actually love Romania. I don't want to shit too hard on a country that's Christian. I'm Christian, okay? But the section of Romania that frequents the internet is unbearable. So that's the motive, authenticity. Like, I'm gonna name drop, and I only name drop people I like. Brute Force, so authentic.
Realest
and that's
guy on the
why
app.
he can start a space and have 1,000 people on it because he's saying real shit, right? And that's why I fuck with Reese as well, because Reese will say the most heinous, criminal, unbearably disgusting thing, but he's being himself. So I just have to fucking respect it.
People think I'm a character on Twitter, when in reality, that's a censored version of me. But Why is another reason that everyone respects Brute de Force? Why does he have so much authority in the space? Do you ever see him shilling a course or, God forbid, dick ratings? You'll never see him selling some bullshit like that, right? And again, that's the reason we wanted to start a physical product company, right? Bro, we could start a course company. We could sell courses. All of you guys would buy it. All of you guys would buy it. But we didn't. We made a physical product. No fucking bullshit. You can go on the website, see exactly what you're getting, the exact dosages that are in every, you know exactly what you're getting, right? Like Pierre was saying, we can go to sleep at night because we're not shilling some bullshit. We're not shilling you a course. We're not selling dick ratings. We're not fucking posting our watches and cars for other men's approval. We're selling a real thing that gets delivered to your door, and you know exactly what it is before you buy it. There's no shame.
And here's the thing too. Here's the thing. When you make an authentic company and you're somebody who actually takes pride in what you do, and everybody watching this should take pride in what you do, be better. Because why is this selling? Because this is selling. Like Reese said, we could sell a BizOp course, something where we're teaching you how to do said thing. And in a business like that, it's impossible to make guarantees because people are not going to work, right? You can make some people work. You can't make everybody work. So it's impossible to really guarantee anything. But why, even though that route would make us more money in the short term, now I'm not going to lie, when we eventually exit this company, it's going to make redacted amounts of money, right? But why is it just some bullshit? Why does everybody listen to us whenever we're selling a product? It's genuinely better. So who are our main competitors in the space? Because you're big, this is a call out. More plates, more dates. Derek, Joe Rogan. I can't stand either one of you. Just kidding. You're probably good people. This is almost twice the dosage of Gorilla Mind Sigma, which is our main competitor in the same exact product.
Over twice the dosages.
And the ingredients are tested, and they're all authentic, and they're sourced beautifully and perfectly, and we have certificate of analysis to show that. So you're sitting here, and I'm just giving you the best thing ever. So yeah, I have pride in it. I'm going to take it everywhere I go. If I could plaster a giant logo right here, I would. And you would just never not see this every time you saw me, right? But I'm a good marketer, so I know that I'm not going to shove it in your face 100 million times, but if I could, I would. So that's your competitive edge, finding what's authentic to what you actually want to do. And once you do that, you get what's called influence. So our business partner is who? Sneeko. Sneeko is one of our business partners. Obviously, RNL is running SABRE. Not all of us, but a lot of us are running SABRE. And then you have Sneeko. So SABRE is me, Reese, DK, Closing USD. We brought on Sneeko as a partner. He has tons of reach, mainstream, authority, and so we thought that would be great. But why did Sneeko partner with us and not other people? He's a big brand, right? Obviously, he could reach out to other people. Let's make this business, because we're being so authentic that the influence is raw. I'm talking about I could have you a bottle of SABRE in any state without shipping it to you. I know somebody that's next to you that has a bottle of SABRE that knows me and will do a favor for me and go and drop it off to you. Hey, Sneeko has a stream in Arizona. How can we get Sneeko a bottle of SABRE? One phone call. Sneeko has the bottle of SABRE. So it's just about influence. I can only do that because I'm being so real and raw that people will listen to me. I'll sit here and tell you, hey, I'm racist, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, whatever phobic, all the isms. I have all the isms. And you do too. But you're lying. Even if it's less than me, because obviously I'm a radical, and that's why everybody loves me, because I'm a radical, right? But the reason why, I'm just going to acknowledge it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, no, everybody should have equal, because that's not how it exists in the real world.
Yeah, it's not reality.
In the real world, I have a competitive advantage.
Look, the competitive advantage is being real, being authentic. How many times do me and you look at somebody's page on the internet instantly? This guy's a snake. Instantly. Why do you think? Look, we have a certain amount of influence in a certain sector of the online world. We're by no means celebrities yet. But you would be absolutely amazed if you saw the opportunities that came across our desk on the back end, the type of people who are sending us DMs, the people we're in contact with. And it's because they come to us because they can feel how real we are. 100%. We're not these dudes that are fake flexing everything. We're real in everything we do, and you can feel that through a screen. When someone writes words on a screen, I can tell whether or not that's a real dude or whether he's faking it. And that's the reason why we're able to do seemingly incredible things in such short amount of time. Is authenticity.
That's the freaking truth, bro. And we'll turn the rest of this pod into, well, when we can, into more of a conversation. Because look, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I open the camera, I start trashing people and flexing. That's who I am. But not only that, you fucking deserve it. So why did I fucking open the camera and start fucking flexing immediately and telling people about how we're better than everybody else?
Because that's really who you are.
It's the damn truth, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and be handsome, commanding, well-spoken, strong, impeccable physique, olive skin tone, Mediterranean menace, warrior ancestral DNA. I'm not gonna sit here and then humble myself before some fucking idiot. I'm not, all right? So if I'm sitting here, be 22-year-old, rich, traveling, psychopathic, racist human, then that now means that I have to be that in person as well. I can't just sit here and act humbler. I humble myself, but I only humble myself in front of God. When I lose, never happens. But, you know, if I do, let's say like I have a bad dream and I lost in that dream, I'll be humble in that dream. And then mentors. I'm not gonna say, because if you have something to teach me, yeah, I will look at the ground and listen. But I won't sit here and puff my chest out.
Yeah.
And that a lot of people struggle with that shit, because everything I say, everything you say, everything closing USD, DK, whatever, everything they say should be taken as law, especially right now. And I'm not sitting here trying to big dick. I promise I'm not. But like, you have anybody, let's say, that is at the pinnacle. It's our podcast, so I'm not going to name drop anybody that's not sanctioned by me. But look at anybody that's at the pinnacle of success in the field. Think of anybody, top. They'll drop course, knowledge, information, etc. And everybody be like, oh my God. But they don't know that that person is so removed from where you're at in life that you're taking knowledge that's 70 steps ahead. Now, I'm not saying ignore those people. That's good shit to learn. Listen, but if somebody that's 10 steps ahead of you instead of 1,000 is talking, that means they know where the fuck you're at, what stage you're in, and it's highly informative for you. So that's why I say, like, you see the stage I'm at on Twitter, you see the trajectory that I'm going at, you see the business endeavors that I'm taking, you see how successful they are, you see how the talents and the skills that I have. You see that shit, you fucking listen every time I speak, bro, because it's literally directly applicable to what the fuck you're doing.
100%. And here's the thing, it's gonna sound absolutely ridiculous when I make this statement, but you should listen to me and Pierre before you listen to Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, any of those guys. And it's not because they're not accomplished. It's not because they're not smart. It's not because they're not talented. Just like Pierre said, they don't even remember what it's like to be you. They're on a different fucking planet from your, like, the reality that you live doesn't even exist in their fucking mind. Right? Me and Pierre remember what it's like to be at the bottom, to be on the come up. Right? We're only a couple steps ahead. We're not all the way up there with Zuck, but we have more to teach you. Zuck doesn't fucking even know where you're at. Right?
Exactly.
You're not on the same planet as Zuck, but me and Pierre know exactly where you're at.
Exactly. And I don't want this to be misinterpreted, because we are light years ahead of you. But not at the point, let's say, like, whenever you become a billionaire titan of industry, your operations run differently, and you're too big to lose overnight. You're not too big to lose, but you're too big to lose overnight. So let's even say that they can give you the exact, like, they have perfect recollection of what they did to get to that point. It's not valid, bro, because now with the internet, bro, shit changes every 6 months. So even if they could give you extremely accurate data on how to win, it still wouldn't work, because shit changes every 6 months. Like, I can give you advice today, and because of the internet, tomorrow that advice is bad advice, right? I have been on my phone. You don't understand. The RNL boys are all now in close proximity. We have bought the entire Indonesian subcontinent, and so now we're all living close. That being said, now the opportunities are in front of me. Before that, I'm looking at my phone all day, because it's literally been, okay, let me put this phone down and go work out. I don't want to look at my phone right now. My dopamine, whatever. I've been staring at a screen, blue light. Yeah, pussy shit, right? So I put my phone away. Hour and a half goes by. I lost out on an obscene amount of money because I just wasn't checking my phone. And it's like, oh, Pierre, life is not about money. Bro, I'm growing right now. I'm building right now. So I literally cannot afford to just drop opportunities. Yeah. It used to be like, okay, you have a week to make this decision. It's no longer you have a week to make this decision. Right now, it's like, oh, you missed it. Never happening again. You see what I'm saying? So you can't, that's what I feel like is arrogance, because people like to call me arrogant because I puff my chest out and talk my shit or whatever that I have earned. But in reality, when I do the work, that's when I'm humbling myself. I'm not humbling myself to you by now putting myself beneath you. I'm humbling myself because I go work 12 hours in a day. That's humbling shit. It's humbling. This didn't work. Okay, fix it. That didn't work. Okay, fix it. This didn't work. Okay, fix it. I'm doing that for 12 fucking hours. I feel really fucking humble while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
So I've already earned and done and served my humbleness and all that shit. So I don't have to sit here and humble myself in front of you. Anyways, that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like the image around it is just fucking stupid. But you can't afford to miss out on these opportunities. So if somebody's giving you advice, you not only need to pay full fucking attention when I'm speaking, you need to pay attention right now and then immediately apply. And you know, that's me being in like a fantasy world, because they're not going to.
No, nobody's going to.
Yeah, they're not going to. That's why I shamelessly give out advice.
Yeah. Well, because the fact is, if they took everything we said, if they listened to me, you, Tom, DK, Jacob, if they listened to everything they said, they would skyrocket past us, because they'd avoid all those same mistakes we made, right? Can you count how many mistakes we made in the past 6 months trying to bootstrap Sabre?
Bro, I can't count the amount of mistakes we made in the last 6 hours.
Honestly.
What the fuck is talking about 6 months? I can't even, bro. Hey guys, this got rejected, that got rejected. Okay.
Yeah, it goes back to what you're saying. We're finally all here in person, so it's a little bit easier to communicate. The last 6 months we've been working on this, we're all remote. We're in 18 different locations, 10 different time zones, and you have to be plugged in 24/7, right? If I leave my phone for a second, I'll have 18 notifications. The money's held up in fucking redacted. The lawyer needs us to sign this, right? This bank wants our information. Pierre, I need you to sign this. There's constantly stuff going on, and that's what it's like to come up, right? When you're on the come up, you're in there 16 hours a fucking day like we have been, right? And it is humbling, like you said. But now that we're on the other side, now that we're public, now that things growing, there's no more being humble.
It's over.
It's over. There's no more being humble.
It's over. You haven't tried to get a contract signed by 5 different people, of whom are in all completely different time zones, and not only in different time zones, in different fucking continents.
Not
5 motherfuckers.
You've never had to get 5 motherfuckers in 5 different time zones sign with a Jewish banker. You've never had to do that. I promise you never had to do that, and I hope you never have to, for your sake.
Dude, that shit is insane and incredible. But that's why I have pride in like, I can genuinely sit here and sell somebody on something and feel great about doing it. And that's why we'll have 15 good testimonials come in. Bro, we're the best. I can't lie to you. Like, we are the best. You look, fuck it, bro. I'm taking this shit right now. Because here's why. So if I'm the best, obviously, and then I make the best supplement, then yeah, I'm going to take my own supplement. And so that's what people don't understand.
Pass me some too.
Now, here's the thing. The dosage. I want to rectify this once and for all. The dosage is 4, okay? Because some people will sit here and tell me, oh, Pierre, but you said you felt this, and I felt that.
You took 1.
You took 1, you fucking idiots. Read the label. It literally says to take 4. And everybody's like, 4, but don't you think that's a little lot? No, it's not. For the effects that we're trying to do to you, understand, what is this actually doing? This is boosting your testosterone, raising your energy levels, boosting your libido, and what else? Focus. So let me recap, actually.
Do you think 1 capsule can get your dick hard? Do you really think that's reality?
The whole thing... Yo, no fucking way, bro. All right. Do you think 1 capsule can get your dick hard? Yo, you're fucking hilarious. Bro, so this is what pisses me off. Somebody will be like, yo, Pierre, you said you felt X amount of libido or X amount of energy boost, but I took it and I didn't. So I'll ask them, how much did you take? They'll say, hey, I only took 1 capsule. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, did you read the fucking label? Bro, do you ever take something and not read what you're taking?
Look, okay, here's the thing. The reason why SABRE is different from everything else is because there's more ingredients. But I don't know if you guys can add up, do the arithmetic in your head, but if there's more ingredients, that means it has to physically take up more space. Are you following me? So 1 capsule, you can't put enough stuff in there to be better than other things. That's why there's so many capsules.
And not just that. Look, not just that. I want you, like, please understand who you're speaking to. You're speaking to an absolute genius. We analyzed the entire competition when making this supplement. Look, we're not a huge established supplement brand. Supplements are hard to do in the market. I could easily start drop shipping you plastic teddy bears to some third world shithole and start making X amount on the margins because it's an untapped market. But we're not. We're selling supplements. Now, what is the objective of this supplement? We have competitors. What is the objective of the supplement? Boost your focus, increase your energy, increase your libido, and boost your testosterone. Our competitors that have these same effects all in one supplement, their serving size, who is that one? 10 capsules? 10 capsules. So obviously I'm like, bro, you will take 10 capsules if it makes you feel good, and it will make you feel good, but we're not going to fucking do that. We're going to give you a good dosage. So I'm going to take it here because obviously I take my own supplement every fucking day. And when we expand to have more shit, I'm literally just going to excommunicate every supplement company because I'm sitting here and telling you, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, my manager's behind the camera. He's actually not my manager, but I call him my manager. I'm telling everybody, 99.99% of supplement companies are fucking garbage. Because maybe you have a product, maybe you have two good products, but it eventually becomes about the bottom line. And you're letting somebody nurture your body who only cares about the fucking bottom line. And that's bad.
Well, word to the wise, and this has nothing to do with SABRE. This is just a legitimate piece of advice. If you see a supplement out there that has more than one ingredient, right? It's not just like one ingredient. If serving size is one capsule, that means there's not anything in there. That means it's shit. The dosage, you physically cannot fit enough ingredients to have a market effect on you in one capsule, right? And I know people don't want to take 4 capsules. It seems like a lot, but read what this does. How could you fit that in one capsule, right? Imagine you were taking like a supplement stack with all the same things. There's 13 ingredients here. That's 13 pills you would have to take, right? And we condense it now to 4.
Condense it down to 4. And look, I'm not pro supplement. So that's why you're going to get fucking lost in the sauce. Because I'm not pro fucking supplement. That's why this has everything in it. Because you don't have to fucking take supplements all day. You literally only have to take this. That's the whole fucking point. I'm about fixing your lifestyle, living a certain lifestyle that's then going to make your system live more vitally. But understand something. I locked myself in a fucking room and grinded my ass off an entire year. You don't understand. My skin reached levels of paleness that it should never ever. My fucking ancestors are from the damn desert. I'm not supposed to be this tone in 2023. Naturally, I started feeling some side effects. So if you're living a high testosterone lifestyle, you don't understand, bro. You slingshot out of bed. You springboard out of bed in 2 fucking minutes. You're bam, bam, bam. Next task, next task, next task. You don't get tired as easily. You recover faster. You sleep better. You're more confident, etc. So everybody's go-to solution is fix your lifestyle. If you fix your lifestyle, you're now going to, have higher testosterone, and that's going to be a positive feedback loop that creates a good life for you, right? But it's not that easy because you work a fucking 10-hour-a-day desk job, cubicle, or you fucking, let's say, work construction even, which is technically a high testosterone job, but you're beat down after. If you take this first, now your testosterone is higher. It's easy to do that lifestyle change that you're thinking of. I'm not saying fully rely on this supplement as the end-all, cure-all. That's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm saying take the supplement. It removes the friction from changing your lifestyle. That's the whole fucking point. We condense so much shit in the supplement so you don't have to sit there and okay, if I take this and then order it separately, but if I take also that and then order it separately, but in this, and now you have 14 fucking bottles. Bro, take this shit. That's it. Hit the gym. Lift fucking heavy. Go talk to a bitch. Get your dick wet for a couple seconds, and you're fine. You're good. That's your prescription to live a good life. Right? Instead of fucking sitting here watching a 3-hour Huberman podcast, watching More Plates, More Dates, see if this motherfucker is natty or not, then going on to this next thing and the next thing and designing 17-stack supplement cuckery brand on your desk, filled up your entire pantry. We're literally trying to circumnavigate that. That's the whole point of the supplement brand. We hate optimizers.
Yeah, well, in the fact of the matter is, in an ideal world, you cook up your food 3 times a day. You're eating organ meat. You're eating a perfect diet. You're getting an hour of sun for your vitamin D. You're training for 2 hours. That's an ideal world. Do you know what is not ideal? Trying to win, right? You can't live that lifestyle where you're trying to build something. Right? It's just not going to happen. There is nothing optimal about living the type of lifestyle that's going to get you to where you probably want to be, right? So that's where supplements come in, because you're not getting the optimal lifestyle when you're in your room grinding, trying to build something. And we're anti-grinder as well, but there are periods where you do have to do that. And that's where supplements can come in and help, when you can't spend 4 hours having the optimal day.
100%. We are from America, land of F-22, airstrike, freedom, oil, gas. What the fuck is a centimeter?
Pause.
Right? That's where we're from. Now, if you live in America, and majority of people watching this will live in America, you're going to have what? You're fucking, the water is turning the frogs gay, number one. Number two, the food is tampered with. GMO, George Soros has cooked your food supply. Number three, the air is dirty. Number four, the 5G. I don't even know if I counted right. What did I say, 4? That being said, everything is working against you. The soil doesn't have as much nutrients as it did before. Nothing has as much nutrients as it did before, not just the soil. So it's very hard to reach your targets on anything. Everything in here. Because we could have made this, and stay tuned, we could have made this the craziest supplement ever. We could have made it to where you take one capsule and you just start floating to Mars in a state of absolute lucid focus. But we didn't, because everything in here is very cohesive to your biology as a human being. It's all in food. So everything on here is in food. I have a video, I'll release it later, where I took 20 capsules in a row. And yeah, I'm fucking tweaking, but I'm tweaking in a good way. Versus I could have put a bunch of neurotransmitters in here and had you fucking floating on the moon. And we might do that later, right? But obviously we have to start with the staple. SABRE Ascension is the staple. But the whole point is you can't get all these from a natural diet anymore. At one point you could. Everybody talks about your ancestors used to eat this. Your ancestors used to eat that, etc. Live a primal lifestyle. The primal lifestyle is gone. The soil cannot withstand the nutrient density that it used to in the past. The animals that people used to eat in the past, megafauna, they used to even eat it raw. Certain nutrient profiles are different. They used to hunt everything they eat. That's all gone. That's the whole point of a supplement. It's not carrying you, it's supplementing you, right? So that's why I swear by it, not by anybody else, literally by what we're doing. We're doing it for the motherfuckers that want to win. That's who we're making supplements for. We're not making supplements for the dude that wants to measure his bicep insertion circumference so that he can sit in front of a mirror and do his gay bodybuilding routine. That's not who we're doing it. We're not doing it for the Optimizer Bros. The Optimizer Bros are going to win no matter what. They're going to get the fucking injectable L7L-carnitine and put it in the vein running through their left quadricep and be fine. They're going to educate themselves. They're going to watch the 17-hour Huberman Cuckery podcast. We're not, and nobody that follows us is. We're busy doing shit that's cool. So obviously I'm not going to sit here and fucking hyper neutral analyze. Now, we have a pharmaceutical guy, DK and DK's associates are pharmacists, doctors, etc., and they do the obsessing over the biology so that we don't have to and you don't have to. That's the whole point of fucking doing something supplementary. It's not supplementary if it's your entire fucking lifestyle. That's why I don't trust any of our competitors. That's why I don't trust More Plates, More Dates. That's why I don't trust fucking Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is on TRT. More Plates, More Dates is a fucking bodybuilder, which is gay, and I will explain that later. And their whole fucking life is optimizing. So you're taking advice from somebody that only optimizes. Bro, you work a call center job.
There's nothing optimal about that.
And what is your goal? What is your goal? Your goal is to now not live a call center job. Your goal is to do what the fuck I'm doing, frankly. So why not take advice from somebody that's already living that life? It sounds simple, right?
Let me just distill down the point about SABRE that you're making, all right? SABRE is for someone who wants all the advantages of a biohacking protocol without having to be a fucking nerd. That's what it's for.
Simple. And I wish I could have said that in 2 sentences like Reese the Broad did. Maybe that's why he gets more followers than me on Twitter. He doesn't have more followers than me now. And I'm going to re-say it just so that it makes more sense because I explained it at full in length, right? But essentially, you have More Plates, More Dates. You have, let's say, Derek. You have, I'm not going to name names on Twitter, who sit here and take this for a 16% boost in your testosterone, take that for a 14% boost in penis length. They live that life. So you're trying to mimic them by taking their supplements, but you'll never be as good as them because you just have different goals. So don't listen to them. Listen to us who are condensing this and simplifying it for you in a way that's actually conducive to you. Now, that being said, I now have to explain myself on why bodybuilding is gay. And I love this point. I'm going to take my time with this point because this is a very funny point. I'm going to do some foreplay with you motherfuckers. Before I say why bodybuilding is gay.
Pause.
If you tweet right now that bodybuilding is gay, the entire bodybuilding community will make it their personal mission to crucify you. It's happened to you millions of times. It's happened to me millions of times. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I know what you're thinking about. I'm going to talk about it. So, Reese. Now, look, these people will defend bodybuilding to the death, but they won't defend Jesus Christ. But they'll defend bodybuilding. Reese made a tweet about hip abducting machines being gay. You know the machine where
The pussy machine.
The pussy
This
machine.
one, the pussy machine.
The pussy machine where you're closing and separating your knees. The one that looks like it's going to give you the tightest vagina of all time.
Exactly. That's what it's for.
People, how long ago did you make that tweet?
That was like probably 4 months ago.
For 4 months, people have been bringing that shit up. Right?
They still tag me.
They still tag you that shit. Reese has been banned 3 times and consecutively bounced back impeccably 3 times. And every time he gets banned, they're like, ha, that's what you get for making fun of the pussy machine. Like, how are you so passionate about this? So now let me paint the picture of you for the average bodybuilder, right? Who is the average bodybuilder? The average bodybuilder wears a thong, oils himself down, puts a spray tan, and practices a posing routine in front of 40 dudes, no women, maybe 1 girl, maybe.
Penetrates his ass.
And pins his ass with a needle that makes him more manly.
And then sits on a machine to make his man pussy tighter.
Yo,
you can't even make this up.
Yo, transsexuals literally pin themselves with a needle to become the other gender. So what's the difference?
Transsexual, transsexual.
More trend, more men. Since we want to be rappers, we'll be rappers. Yeah, I don't know how skits I want to get on this podcast.
How deep do you want to go?
Is this gonna wait? How much ban-worthy things did we say?
This might be a Rumble exclusive.
We don't have to look through this.
I'm gonna have to text Nico and get in contact with the CEO of Rumble.
Yeah. Hey, look, listen. I know I said some things. I won't say them again. Cap. I'll say that shit all fucking time.
We should have brought our Jewish attorney with us.
My Jewish team of lawyers needs to be here for this. Basically, if we need to just bring them everywhere and they just stand behind the camera and essentially when I start saying something, they just start shaking their head really fast. Don't say that.
We need like cue cards.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah. Fucking dummy, bro. Let's turn the logo. Let the people see the fucking logo.
Yeah. SABREsupplements.com.
And it's funny. It's very funny. I want to say something. You can. This is why I don't have much sympathy for people that are not doing better than me. Let's say for my age, right? Because my manager was really just the guy that we got off Twitter to follow us around with a camera. But now that you have that context, he's my boss. Every time we go, we'll be talking to a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is my boss. Anyways.
Actually happened last night.
He's doing very well because he's. Where was I when I was 18? Where were you when you were 18? Not
loser.
Not where he's at. So I'm not talking to people like that. I'm talking to people that are competing with me. Okay, this is why I have no respect, because you can learn one thing and be fine. I'm here right now because I shitpost on Twitter. I wish I could develop that further. Obviously, I have certain skill sets that I worked on. My work ethic is unmatched. If you're watching this video right now, your work ethic is not better than mine. But where'd the opportunity come from? Like, the skill set is very easy. The skill set's the easiest part. Why are you even competing if you don't have the skill set? All you have to do is fucking turn on a YouTube clip to get internet money skill sets. I'm good at communicating. That's just one of my talents. Obviously, I've been working out for a long time, etc. Put all that shit to the side. You need an actual opportunity to win, right? So where did I fucking get the opportunity? The opportunity by shit posting on Twitter. So if you can get in front of a camera, if you can get in front of any social media platform, if you can write emails, I don't give a fuck what it is, and just figure out how to make people emotional, mad, sad, happy, and do it on a long enough time frame. And what do I mean by a long enough time frame? 2 fucking months. If 3 months, if you can do that, you can have any opportunity you want. So I'm sitting here, I'm listening to all these people complain, and I can hit my DM requests and scroll for a half century about people asking me advice. I'm like, bro, just do something. So it's hard for me to sympathize. I can't sympathize with you, and you suck at everything. You've been in the what do I do phase for 2 years. Bro, do anything.
Yeah, literally anything. There's a million ways to make $1 million.
You're too spoiled. You're not that guy for you to now be choosing, I would rather do this over that. Bro, you're poor. You are poor. You see what I'm saying? And the authenticity of the brand that you build by shitposting, because let's be honest, if you boil down a human's thoughts, I don't give a fuck if it's the most politically correct human in the world. If you boil down a human's thoughts, it's some abrasive shit. So when people are authentic, obviously they get a better authentic following, and people that are authentic get more, like, let's say, pull. Because I'm not LARPing. Tate made this point. Logan Paul has 26 million, but if he gets banned, he's banned, right? Reese the Bra gets banned and he's back at 2K in 2 weeks because he's fucking unmatched authenticity. So that authenticity gives you pull. It gives you the ability to tell people, hey, this is good and people trust you. Why is that important? Because when we launched SABRE and nobody had the bottle yet or tried it except us, we like, okay, the bottle is out. Boom, order 3 bottles of SABRE. Like, this motherfucker looked at it. Okay, I've never taken this. I'll take 3.
Yeah, which is insane.
I've never fucking ordered 3 bottles of anything. And I'm saying that shamelessly. But that's what I'm saying. So once you have a certain level of influence, people trust you. And honestly, we might come out with a fucking 12 bottle order because it's a great product. So if I'm gonna put it there because if you want it, I'm not gonna tell you can't have it. Right. So we might set up a fucking 12-hour. But that aside, develop that, bro. Why don't you have the respect to where if you offer somebody something, they want 3 of it? Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's a certain pull that you have. You should be able to tell your audience, whose audience, your audience, something, and they should listen. That's why when people, I won't name any names, when people have an audience and that audience is built on they fucking hate you because you're just funny guy to make fun of, that shit doesn't make any sense to me. Bro, get a pair of balls, I guess. What else would I say?
I mean, you could grow a new pair with SABRE, but other than that, I don't really know what to tell you.
So if I had to pitch SABRE to somebody, this is exactly how I would do it.
Dick bigger.
Larger phallus.
Do you want your dick to hang lower than your balls? Yes or no? Answer yes, SABRE. What else do you say?
I mean, and look, I can turn that point into a million different points because that's sales. Hey, this is the best way to increase your email revenue by 16%. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. And if you don't get your money back, I'll give you 10% overhand, buy you dinner. All right, bro. Good. That's a very nice way to tell me your product sucks ass.
Yeah.
Dick bigger. It's SABRE.
Oh, if my product doesn't work, I'll fucking come over there and jerk you off. So how confident are you in your product?
Yeah, your product sucks.
And I'm a marketing guy, right? That's what I do. I'm a marketing guy. But through this and through some other things we've done, I've learned that the best marketing is a good product. There's no copy. There's no funnel. There's no fucking tricks you can play on the mind that can get around having a bad product, right? Everyone wants to talk about marketing budgets. It's a buzzword. Oh, we need more marketing, more exposure. No, you don't. You need a product that doesn't fucking suck. Like, that's all you need. A good product sells itself. And that's why we were able to have an amazing launch with SABRE from just writing fucking memes on Twitter.
100%. It's that easy. And it's crazy because people love to think that it's not that easy because then it gives them an excuse. But here's the thing, bro.
You're lucky, bro. You're lucky, bro. The algo liked you. You're lucky.
Yeah, lucky. As if Reese the Broad didn't get banned and then do it again and then get banned and then do it again and then get banned and then do it again.
Actually, let me tell a quick story real quick about that, about the luck thing. I told our manager this the other day. A couple years ago, I was coming out of a certain industry. I was coming out of bartending and looking to get a new job. I had a very good friend of mine that I known for a long time, one of the best guys in the world, still one of my closest friends to this day. He was pretty high up in a security company, and he had been offering me a job for a while, trying to get me out of serving and bartending. And when I finally needed that job, I came to him and he gave it to me. And I won't say exactly, what I was making or whatever, but in the real world, in the world of having a regular job for my age at the time, I was getting compensated very well, right? And I felt extremely lucky and extremely grateful to have the opportunity. And I told him about that one day. I was like, I feel like I'm very, very lucky to have known you, to be in this position where, I feel lucky that you gave me this job. And I'll never forget what he told me. He said, there was no luck involved. Everything you've ever done in your life that led to you being the man you are today puts you in a position that I was confident in giving you this opportunity. Right? There was no luck involved. Yeah. Even though what seems like luck on the outside is just everything that you've done up to that point adding up and finally meets opportunity.
100%. And I say luck all the time. I like to affirm, say luck. I'm the luckiest man in the world, et cetera, et cetera. But luck is an atheist belief.
100%.
Luck is an atheist belief. you are boiling down a gift from God into a pure numerical coincidence. If you genuinely believe in luck, you are atheist. And this is no disrespect to all my Irish fellows, because I fuck with the Irish. The Irish, every time I meet somebody Irish, he's cool. And I overused that statement because I met somebody that was Irish the other day. It was the first time. I was heartbroken. It's been 22 years of my life. I met the first not cool Irish guy. But let's pretend that guy doesn't exist. And anyhow, like, I had something really important to say. I forgot it, so I'm going to dunk on atheists. If you're atheist, not only are you low IQ, you are soy. And you're not as soy as agnostic people. Agnostic people are even more soy. Why? Because agnostic is basically acknowledging God, but not subscribing to any belief system.
Well, they can't even pick a side. They can't even pick a side.
They can't pick a side. Let me explain something to you. I have done a vicious deep dive into every religious belief that is relevant, because if you're pagan, you're not relevant. Sorry. Not actually sorry. And it's all hyper-coded. There's multiple layers beneath, above, under. You can read the same piece of text interpreted a million different ways. You can interpret it as this justifies astrology, numerology. This doesn't, it does. You can forever drown in all the holy scriptures. And if that now becomes an interpretation for anybody that's also agnostic, which it is, because I've done the work for you, you're essentially just removing all the cool shit, which is this army went over there and God gave their power to this. And I'm like, bro, that sounds great. You're over here saying, no, but if I just become one with self long enough, bro, that's how you turn into a spiritual girl with a septum ring who goes to Thailand and gets flipped by 3 very dark melanated human beings and calls it finding herself. Like, that's literally the next step for you.
There's a pipeline. There's a pipeline. I've seen it and you've seen it, and everybody here probably knows someone like this. Anybody who starts going down the spiritualist way, you know, white people who start getting into Buddhism and Hinduism, it always, or taking psychedelics is a big one as well, right? People are spiritual because they took psychedelics. Every single time, it ends one of 2 ways. You either become gay or you start letting your girl fuck other dudes in front of you. It happens every single time. It happens. It either turns out gay or a cuck. There's no other option.
And it's crazy because they try to tell you that it's not demon worship, and then they'll like show you a shrine or a statue. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, dude, if I saw this in a nightmare, I would immediately piss my pants.
Dudes will look you straight in the face and say it's not demon worship, and then tell you about how they took DMT and met the machine elves.
Oh my God. Yo, let's talk about that, bro. Let me tell you a quick anecdote about why DMT is stupid. Okay. I was at a celebration for New Year's. Now, I locked in last year, so I wasn't actually at like some huge crazy event or anything, but nonetheless, outside venue. It was cool, fun, whatever. One of the people in the venue is 6'4", 250, African Jack. This man looks like he's from the biggest tribe in Nigeria, and he has chieftain genetics. And he's wearing a big crucifix. So I'm like, okay, he's Christian, cool, whatever, me too. And then he starts talking about ayahuasca. I don't know how it came up. He starts sweating beads. Mind you, it's January 1st. It was cold as shit for anybody that was in Houston, Texas on January 1st. It was cold as hell. He's sweating talking about it like he's nervous, and it's a very intriguing subject for him. He's talking about this ayahuasca retreat. Before we get to the actual effects of the ayahuasca itself, yeah, I went to Peru with a group of 13 people, and then when we got there, the shamans, who were all Peruvian and 5'1", they told me to take all my clothes off, and when I took all my clothes off, they started rubbing my belly for 2 hours, and then they handed me this tea, and while they rubbed my belly, I had to drink this tea.
Belly.
So while you're telling me about this ayahuasca retreat, we just skip the fact that you're gay? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, before we get into the shamans rubbing your belly while you're fully nude and you're a 6'5" African guy, before we get there, you went on a trip with 13 other white girls to Peru?
Yeah, bro, ayahuasca is amazing. I went on this retreat and the shaman started jerking me off when I started tripping. It was amazing. I know so much more about myself right now.
Retreat? We don't retreat. Fuck retreating. My ancestors didn't retreat. That's why they beat yours in battle.
Look,
Golly.
if you're a younger guy and you're even remotely interested in psychedelics, you've been listening to Joe Rogan talk about how awesome psychedelics are. Let me tell you, I've done acid a handful of times. I've done shrooms a handful of times. I've tried fucking everything. And I will tell you, there's nothing fucking spiritual about taking acid. It hijacks your brain and makes you trip your fucking sack off. There's nothing spiritual about it. It's a drug. That's all it is. There's nothing spiritual about it. And I'll tell you that there is no reason to do acid, no reason to do shrooms. I've met several people in my life. In fact, some of you might know the viral video a couple years ago of the dude smoking a joint in court. You ever see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was the first guy to give me acid. Yeah,
that was your friend.
It was my friend Spencer. It was. He gave me acid for the first time. But he was at the point, he died a couple years ago in a car wreck. Rest in peace to him. But he couldn't distinguish between reality and fiction anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And I've known several other guys like that who were into acid, who were into shrooms. They literally cannot distinguish between reality and fiction anymore. That shit will fry your fucking brain. If you've never touched it before and you're intrigued, don't fucking do it. Do not fucking do it. You will either turn gay or you will fry your brain or you'll be a cock.
And the crazy part about that is because here's why I really don't get it. Because that ecstasy, you think you met God because God, when you actually are in a wholesome pursuit of God, that's the same frequency. It's essentially just grabbing a bunch of that frequency and pouring it into your brain neurochemistry until you feel like you met God. But that pursuit of God is something natural. Just because you do it synthetically does not mean that you're necessarily winning the game. You might get some good insights. Cool. You're still homosexual.
Here's the analogy. It's the same difference between building a legitimate, honest business and getting rich you doing OnlyFans management, right? The same, you get kind of the same outcome, but you don't end up in the same place.
Yeah, 100%. Because it doesn't give you a transformative discipline that's required for you to actually reap the rewards. It just gives you the drawbacks. Because I can destroy anybody. There's some people that I do not like. If I wanted to destroy these people, and I've premeditated it, which is why I'm saying this. Am I crazy? Maybe. Sue me.
Probably.
If I wanted to kill these people, I would just give them a bunch of money. Because most of these people are self-destructive. Mm-hmm. Good people don't hate me. Sorry, it is what it is. Good people like me.
Give them enough rope to hang themselves.
You just give them money. Because they didn't earn the money, they don't know how to handle it. And they don't know how to handle it, they end up destroying themselves. And that's the same thing with psychedelics. Like, you could be on that frequency. That's technically a positive frequency if you got there the right way. But it's just giving you the consequences that come with it. So it's like, okay, here's all this knowledge that you know nothing to do with. Here you go. And that's how you see the freaking blue-haired, psychonaut, liberal college campus ran through, for politically correct purposes, 18-year-old.
And I know Tate's made this point before, and a lot of other people have made this point before, but it's the same thing. We see these people all the fucking time, right? Kids who were 21 years old with $100 million in fucking liquid crypto. They're ruined. They've never had to work a day in their life. All they've ever done is press buttons and made millions of dollars. They're fucked for the rest of their life. How could you ever work after that? How could you ever have any motivation to do anything after that? And where do all of them end up? All of them end up in LA, Miami, in the party scene, just being degenerates.
Dead.
Yeah, or dying early from fucking overdosing on drugs because they didn't learn any of the hard lessons that most people have to learn in order to get to a certain point. I think that's one of the reasons that young people tend to be more liberal is some of the tenets of liberalism are good, right? Loving your neighbor, being empathetic to people, right? But if you have all that without life experience that teaches you that life is hard and unforgiving, then you end up as a liberal, right? Versus if you talk to an older person who's more conservative, they also believe in loving their neighbor. They also have a lot of empathy for people. They also want people to be nice to each other. But they've also learned hard lessons. They've also realized that the world is cruel and unforgiving and nothing fucking comes for free. Right?
Yeah.
You see the same thing in a lot of different areas of life where you end up at the correct conclusions, but you're missing. It's like reading the last page of a book and reading the conclusion to the book, but you don't know what's in the middle of it.
Yeah, you read the last page of the book, you don't know what the fuck is in the middle. Oh, I didn't like it. Obviously, you didn't fucking like it. Bro, you didn't read the fucking book. And it's crazy because that's the culture. The culture is rewarding that behavior, which is why the culture is degenerating. This is all the short-term gratification. You can make a reel, and it can blow up, and you could just be famous. Bro, there are people that make one video, and that's how they get famous.
Yep.
You can name a couple rappers who had one song that took them, and then they just stopped rapping. They just become a personality. You can name how many people that got rich off of crypto pump and dump. You can name, I don't know how many people that just do things and they just get rewarded instantly. And so you have this culture that's constantly speeding up, but it's speeding up and not actually letting you earn. Like, it's not speeding up the work. It's only speeding up the result. And everybody is craving that at the same time. And it's turning everybody into something that's undesirable. And that's why today, if you know how to focus, you're light years ahead of anybody.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I will be the first one to tell you, I've sat down and picked up my phone and put it back down and picked it back up and put it back down and picked it back up in 2 minutes, in the course of 2 minutes. I'm like, damn. So I sat there and I'm like, I need to repair my focus immediately. And so that made me think like, damn, this is me. I work harder than anybody. I'm smarter than most. And I can't fucking focus right now. So then I'm like, how is everybody else competing? And the answer is they're not. Until what? Until you take fucking SABRE, you motherfucker.
That's part of the reason we wanted to create SABRE, is because we wanted to make something that we wanted to take, right? We're not immune to having our attention spans ruined. We're just better at controlling it. Let me tell an anecdote, because this really fucking shocked me, right? I was at my parents' house over Christmas, right, for the holidays. And I was hanging out a lot with my younger siblings. And one day, I saw my little brother booting up his PS4 to play a video game. While the game's loading, he's got his iPad up, scrolling through shorts. And I asked him, I was like, you've got the game going and you're watching YouTube shorts. And he was like, yeah, I get bored while the game's loading, so I need something to do. He's 9 years old. That's how cooked the younger generation, they don't even have a fucking chance.
Yeah. Me
and you were at the age where, I'm a couple years older than you, but we're at the age where when we were 9, 10, 11, 12, there were no smartphones. You know, we still had long form content. There was no fucking short form shit. The kids who are younger than us, bro, they don't even have a chance. They don't even have a chance. They either need to completely change their lives or they need something like SABRE.
No, 100%. And then that's the thing. Like, SABRE would give you the advantage of being able to start. I'm not sitting here and saying you take SABRE and then you can focus the entire day. Now, I'm not going to lie, that's what I've been feeling, but it's because it gives you a positive feedback loop. What am I meaning? I mean, you take SABRE, you feel an increase in focus. All of a sudden, you can read more than one page in a book. So you do, and now because you're reading, you're doing an activity that's boosting your focus, or reading or working, it could be anything. And it's positively feedback into one another. So you take SABRE, it gives you enough to start. You start it, so now your focus increases. It's not something that you just take it in here. Here's the skeleton key that can open any door. Your life is fixed. That's not what I'm saying. It's just a good supplement, bro. It's just simple as that. I could sit here and build it up further and further. I could sit here and say, if you take this, you grow wings, but it would just be unethical.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, nothing comes for free in this life, right? The whole point of it's in the word. What does the word supplement means? It means in addition to, right? So SABRE is in addition to forming good habits. So it's not like you're going to swallow the pills and instantly you're going to be able to sit down and work for 8 hours. But if you can get yourself over the initial hump, if you can get yourself to turn your phone off and put it away and you take SABRE, it'll help you stay in that mode for longer.
Yeah, exactly. Sustained energy. And that's another thing. Not all these ingredients are fast acting. Not all the ingredients in SABRE are fast acting. Half of them probably are and the other half are not. So that's another thing. You might be certain you might have high receptivity to some of the ingredients and not to the other ingredients. Some of the ingredients are long-term ingredients. Yep. Tongkat Ali, you don't fully feel the effects until how many weeks after you take Tongkat Ali. And then you start feeling up to a 37% increase in testosterone. Yeah. Vitamin D, zinc, all these things are things that we will reap benefits off over a long period of time. Then you have your L-theanine, then you have your caffeine, then you have your taurine, where you immediately feel it and it has a nootropic effect, your alpha GPC, etc.
I can break down exactly the short, medium, and long effects for you real quick. All right, so on a daily basis, first day, you're obviously going to feel caffeine, taurine, glucuronolactone, right? The caffeine and taurine, that's exactly what's in a Red Bull, right? So on top of everything else, it's basically drinking a Red Bull and also everything else. So you're going to feel all those plus the L-theanine, taking a little bit of the jitters away, taking the edge off the stimulants. You're going to feel that the first day. Within the first couple of days to a week, the maca is going to start making you horny as fuck. All right. So taurine, caffeine is going to get you jacked up. Maca makes you horny, right? I like to say you might punch a hole in your wall and start fucking it. But and then after about look, I took on some of the nerd responsibilities, right? So I've read all the studies, right? Average plus 37% testosterone levels from Tongkat Ali within 1 to 2 weeks, right? Within 1 to 2 weeks. And for the other things, the zinc, the vitamin D, the B1, the K2, those are all things that you're just deficient in naturally, right? Because it's not in the food anymore. Most people are deficient in zinc. Most people are deficient in vitamin D because they don't go outside. And those things are just things that you need every day. So you're going to feel increased benefits from those over 3 to 4 weeks before they start to peak out.
And then you get slapped with 2 times the dosage of alpha GPC, and you just transcend this reality. And here's the thing, like, not many people know how to put touch grass in a bottle. We put touch grass in a bottle. What do I mean? How much sunlight does it take for you to get your daily intake of vitamin C? No, vitamin D.
A year in London.
A year in London. A full year to get your daily dosage. I think it's between 10 to 30 minutes of direct, uninterrupted contact, skin to sunlight.
And that's if your dick's out, you're naked.
Right. And so you don't get that, bro. How long are you actually inside and fully exposed to the sun consecutively for 10 to 30 minutes? You don't actually get that. So you have more than you need vitamin D in here. I don't know why I keep saying vitamin C. And then you have your zinc, which you're highly deficient in, especially if you're not eating things like organ meat. And you're not eating things like organ meat because I fucking hate organ meat. Organ meat tastes terrible.
It tastes like shit, let's be honest.
Right. And then you have all your other effects. So that's another thing. You'll have somebody who is like, bro, this is the best supplement ever. And this is the second day that they tried it. We get testimonials like that. And I'm like, bro, you like it now. Like next week, you're going to be trying to take over Jerusalem and retake the homeland. And I'm like, bro, if you feel it now, then I don't know what to tell you. It's going to take you 2 weeks to now swear by this for the rest of your life.
Look, I'm being completely 100% honest. Like, I'm not capping when I say that I helped create the formula. I knew it was good, and I was still shocked when I took it for the first time, right? And for reference, bro, I've done everything. I've done every biohacking stack. I've done every real drug, fucking coke, molly, ecstasy, real drugs, all the biohacking stuff. I've done everything, and SABRE is still extraordinarily impressive, right? It's about the most you can do without venturing into gray area stuff.
Yeah. Neurotransmitting stuff.
Yeah.
Even things that are cleared, but just things that, okay, you can't take this every day. Like if you take too much of this, there's negative effects.
Exactly.
It's as good as you can possibly get in a capsule format without taking your body weight in silicone dioxide while not also taking harmful ingredients over the long term.
And I think a lot of people don't know exactly what alpha GPC is, right? It sounds kind of chemically, right? Alpha GPC, what the fuck is that? Let me break it down. It is a cholinergic agent. So in your brain, you have several systems. One of the systems that is mainly responsible for memory retention and like literally just the speed of your brain working and neurons firing. The nicotinic cholinergic system, right? Nicotine, right? That's how nicotine works. It works on the cholinergic system. That's why you get a cognitive benefit from nicotine, right? That's why nicotine prevents Alzheimer's. And alpha GPC works on the same system. It boosts your choline levels in the brain. So I'm not going to say that it's nicotine. It's not, but it works on the same system and it has very similar effects to nicotine as far as memory enhancement and, you know, general cognitive enhancement, just moving faster in your brain, neurons firing faster. You're just sharper. You can speak a little more fluently. You can remember things a little faster. I mean, I personally, the first time I took SABRE, I remembered being in the womb. It was crazy. But
Andrew Huberman, you have 24 hours to respond. Reese has more information than you. You're going to be out of a career. Reese, the difference is he knows everything you know, and he also deep dicks Paltinas on the weekends, and you don't. You're a geek, and he's not.
What do you have to say about that, Andrew Juberman?
Juberman. Yo, lace in the anti-Semitism with the puns. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure before I hopped into this podcast studio that I signed a contract that said I couldn't say certain things like this. Right? Is that what it said?
Dude, we're in Indonesia.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, look, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Yeah.
Indonesia is far from their control.
Yeah, they're not picking me. Let me not say anything disrespectful, actually. But yeah, bro. I mean, I'm just gonna be unapologetic. I've always been unapologetic, but now I'm just gonna be more unapologetic. It's a spectrum and it's infinite. So,
And nobody else is doing stuff like this. Nobody else in, the online entrepreneurial space. Do you see anybody with a physical product that's not some Alibaba shit?
yeah,
That's not some drop shipping? Do you see anybody actually developing fully custom products? Do you know why they don't do that? Because you have to put some fucking skin in the game, right? If we come out with an info product, what do I need to come out with an info product? I need a ClickFunnels account, an email address, and a phone number.
yeah,
And then I just need time in my brain.
and gullible people to buy it, which are everywhere.
Yeah. Do you know we've had to put it into SABRE?
yeah.
Tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars, resources, times, signing our fucking souls to the Jewish bankers.
People.
Yeah, we've put our fucking souls on the line to start this brand. That's why nobody else does it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to put any fucking skin in the game.
Well, I can name a couple people that do it. Logan Paul, Prime, and Prime is a terrible product. And why is it a terrible product? Because he also needs to be able to market it to you. So who is his audience? A whole bunch of children with low attention spans that do anything and everything and doom scroll all day, that are iPad babies and have homosexual parents. And so, yeah, he's going to have X amount of ingredients that aren't good for you in the bottle because it helps his bottom line. It makes it feel better when you drink it, and it's great. So you now have a physical product that's not crossing the border of ethics and is still good and it's marketed well, ran correctly, and profitable, which is the only thing you need to actually continue with the business. And that's almost unheard of in this day and age because everybody likes to do the Jewish way of making tons of money. And I'm not going to go too far into anti-Semitism, not because I don't want to, but because this is going to hit mainstream platforms. And that is trying to make money and create nothing. Trying to make money on the in-between of somebody else's product.
Yep.
Trying to make money on just nothing, paper contracts.
The arbitragers.
The arbitragers. And it's more than just arbitrage because there's value in arbitrage, right? Arbitrage is you take somebody that wants something with another person that wants something and provide them the middle ground. I'm talking about you're arbitraging on the arbitrage's arbitrage. Like you're making percentage rates on a transaction. You're fucking catching a trend that some people are buying that's harmful to others. Stuff like that, where you're doing absolutely nothing of value and still finding a way to reap a benefit. Now, there are things like that. I'm going to sit here and tell people with a straight face, you can provide zero value and still make money or garner attention at the bare minimum. Pierre, how do you know that? What is Money Twitter? Money Twitter is 400 experts that aren't experts, and they're doing just fine. You see what I'm saying?
Not only that, you can provide a net negative to the world and make money. You can make the world a worse place while making money. So making money is not the hard part. Making money in a good, moral, ethical way is the hard part.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get into OnlyFans management. How fast do you think me and you could go walking down the streets, sign a couple of models, and start jerking dudes off on the internet?
If it took me more than 7 days to become I would say a millionaire. If it took me more than 7, I wouldn't say like make $1 million, but to be making $83K a month, which is millionaire status, it would take me 7 days in OnlyFans.
Yeah, we could start an OnlyFans management agency tomorrow and make $1 million.
Bro, you know everything about OnlyFans already. You need a girl and you need somebody to watch this girl. Bro, I am a master at getting clients at anything. Reese will vouch. I do outbound prospecting. I love that. So do you know how many people I could find in a quarter of a day? Do you know, bro, where are hot girls? Everywhere on the internet? They literally, the algorithm prioritizes it. You don't see anything else on the internet.
They're everywhere in real life.
Yeah. So it would take no time at all. All I need to do is now connect these women with people who are degenerating with, Coomer brain mindset. Yeah. And that's very easy to do. 7 days, I don't know, maybe processing times, maybe 10 days. But like still, it's very easy.
I will confidently sit here and say that I could probably reinvent the entire OnlyFans model and make it more profitable, make the marketing better, and do it better than anybody else has ever done it. But I won't.
Nice. Nice. I won't either. Yeah, man. And I'm not even sitting here trying to play holier than thou. I'm not. Bro, look.
We're
I'm-
degens. We're
yeah,
degens ourselves.
Yeah, I don't sit here and I'm not the model role citizen for anybody at all. I do have a code of ethics, and it's literally the bare minimum. And that's why when somebody's beneath it, I'm like, dude, you're shitty. I'm not sitting here, oh, he hath thou sin, cast the first stone. Bro, I'm not even saying that I'm without sin. I'm not saying that, hey, I'm holier than thou. I don't even want you to hold me to that standard. I might be a terrible person for all I fucking know. Don't care, quite frankly. What I'm saying is if you're worse than me, you have a serious problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm literally known as the Degen Dangeroso and the Cocaine Corporal.
Yeah.
So if I think you're a degenerate, that means you are lower than fucking pond scum.
Yeah, you're different, bro. You're a different breed. You're committed to being a dumbass.
I've done some heinous fucking acts.
Yeah.
I've done some things that, you know, I might tell Pierre about, but I probably won't say publicly. But you will never, ever, ever see me doing a dick rating on my computer.
Yo,
Not even once.
Wait, really quickly. Do they actually do that on OnlyFans?
No, that's 100% a big thing that they do. Because, okay, think about the mindset of these Coomer guys. Think about what they want. They want validation from women. Well, a lot of them actually want to be like, they want to be like dominatrix, right? They want to be put down by women. So I think that a lot of these dudes actually want these girls to like make fun of their dick. Like say, you know, you got a small dick. I would never suck a dick like that. I assume that's probably what's going on. I assume that's probably what's going on.
You're getting very specific. You're getting questionably. I might have to depart from this podcast studio.
No, it's because I've been around the internet a long time, and I've ventured into some very dark. I've seen the degeneracy that the human mind is capable of. Like if you ever been on like 4chan and Reddit back in the day, like I've seen some shit. I know how these fucking people think.
You don't have to convince me that you've seen some shit. It's very obvious. I'm like, yeah, Reese has seen some shit. And everybody has seen some shit. But the more shit that you've seen, the better. Now, I'm not going to lie, it's not actually good for you. But that's the whole point. Like, you're not supposed to be only doing things that are good for you. And that's why the hypochondriac kind of mindset is some weird shit. Because you're obsessing over health, which is net negative for your health. So it's like the person that's like, is this healthy? Is that healthy? Should I do this? Should I do that? That person is less healthy than the, okay, fuck it, we ball guy.
100%. In fact, let me speak to personal experience about what I have going on with that, right? I have Crohn's disease. If you look up pictures of people who have Crohn's disease, they are like frail, sickly, gaunt looking motherfuckers, right? Does this look like Crohn's disease to you? Does this look like Crohn's disease? And I'm 100% convinced. I realized this as a child. When I first was diagnosed with this disease when I was a child, I realized this. All these other people are sick, and they look sick because they're constantly fucking thinking about it. They're, oh, I have Crohn's disease. Oh, I better not eat that because it might hurt my stomach. I better not do this. I got to make sure to take my medication at the right time. That's why they're sick. I never gave a fuck, and that's why I'm healthy. That's why I'm able to do whatever I want and not feel the effects of this disease I have.
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking think about it, right? People have thought themselves out of cancer. 100% that has happened.
Yeah, which is crazy. Placebo is insane. Placebo is really insane. I had a tweet that went pretty far about that. Basically, like, let's say you wake up in the morning, you know, you drink coffee in the morning, you're tired, and you're not untired until you drink your coffee. You will gain energy on the first sip of coffee before the coffee even makes it into your stomach. You will gain energy because your body's like, oh, we drank coffee, energy. So the placebo rabbit hole gets incredibly deep. You can literally bend like reality with your placebo effect.
And I've had people say, my brother actually said this to me one time. I was talking about something. He was like, yeah, but it's just placebo. Okay, but the effect happened, right?
It worked.
So does it matter whether it was placebo or not? It happened. The effect happened. So who fucking cares if it was placebo or not? Right? I try to placebo myself into everything. Yeah. I'll placebo myself into fucking... I'll think myself into my dick getting 12 inches long after I take SABRE. And I can do it too.
I'm not going to lie. So I'm actually going to disincentivize everybody to buy SABRE. Do not buy SABRE. Why? Because I took SABRE for a while. I've probably been taking SABRE longer than anybody because I handle the fulfillment. So naturally, I got my hands on the product first. And man, after taking SABRE for a while, it was just impossible to function. Everywhere I go, my dick is dragging 3 feet behind me, and I have to compartmentalize it and pack it every morning. And I actually have a team of very beautiful women that do that for me every single morning, and it takes an hour out of my routine every day. It's just a pain in the ass. Like, I want you to read that book, How to Function while Having a Huge Penis, because it honestly is a hindrance. You have to understand, like, the deepest woman is what, 9.5 inches ever? And like, bro, what do you do with the rest of it? There's nothing to do. And so I don't want that to happen to you, right? I want you to experience life like a regular person. Like, it's like, I'm not going to lie. Walking around with a 17-incher flaccid is a problem.
Not being able to full bottom out, full thrust is a fate that I wouldn't wish on anybody, honestly.
Bro, I'm saying, like, imagine taking a shit and you flush the toilet and the tip of your penis is halfway through the piping of your house. Like, you don't understand. Like, I flush the toilet and my shit's already made it down halfway through the sewer system.
I would say I'm fairly lucky that I'm only at 11 inches right now, but I had a different problem. And the problem was that I was so fucking horny that almost every hour of the day I was calling one of my Latinas over. One would leave and I'd be like, all right, finally, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write some shit posts for Twitter. Finally, I'm going to sit down and do it. Next thing I know, I'm on my fucking phone again, texting other goddamn Latina to come over.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Just every hour of the day. I get to the end of the day, nothing's got done. I've busted 18 nuts.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's not enough nuts in a day for you to now become addicted to SABRE. It's not like there's not enough hours in the day for it.
I had one time, 9 o'clock, the last one of the day came over. Nothing came out, bro. It was cobwebs.
Cobwebs. And here's the thing. So actually fuck the supplement. Don't take SABRE. This is a bad supplement. Don't take this, bro. You don't understand. Like, and here's the problem. Because it boosts your focus too, you'll completely understand what's happening. You'll know your dick grew an inch. And you're like, damn, another inch.
You'll be staring into her soul like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, you've never been engaging in sexual intercourse and successfully counted every hair on the head of a woman at the same time. I've done that before.
I discovered a new color while I was balls deep.
While you were balls deep?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, 23,472 hair follicles. She's like, what do you mean? Like, that's the amount of hair in your head. And she's like, oh, that's kind of weird. I mean, shit. And then here's the real problem. Okay, here's the real problem. This happened multiple times. Okay, and actually, I'll go through a couple stories. So one time, I have this down on the counter, and the logo, it was facing right here. Boom, she didn't exactly know what it was, and she mistook it for something else. The girl that I was with thought it was something else, and so naturally she took it and became a man.
Really?
And so I've never had any even contact. I've never even been skin to skin with a lady boy walking past me in the streets of Thailand. Not even because I repel that energy. But all of a sudden, I'm in the room with a lady boy because she took SABRE and turned into a man.
How many capsules did she take? Because I had a similar experience, but not that bad.
Yeah, half one.
Half of one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had a thing. SABRE has a particular smell to it, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of orangey a little bit. So I had a girl. I told her to smell it because I thought maybe make her horny if she smelled it a little bit. All right, I'd seen this girl before, like, she'd been over before, so I knew what she looked like. She smelled it. We get to do our thing. Guess what? 2-inch clitoris.
Bro.
I had to cut her off.
Bro, look. And these are the easy problems. These are the easy problems. Problems like that are genuinely they're not actually problematic. Like, these are things that you can navigate, cut her off in her home, whatever.
Yeah, get a new one. It's fine.
Yeah, get a new one. Easy peasy, right? Me, I have a problem that is life-threatening. So, I have my SABRE. Look, at one point, I had 500 boxes of SABRE in my house, right? I got the product first. I'm not giving it to anybody. I got to proofread it myself. And my dog got into the packages of SABRE.
No.
Yeah. All right. So then I open the door, and all of a sudden, a grizzly bear is inside my bedroom. How the fuck did this grizzly bear get inside the bedroom? He ate the SABRE with the plastic. Gone. No more SABRE in my house. We have to order another fucking batch. And now all of a sudden, I'm toe to toe with a damn grizzly bear. And it's okay. I fought a grizzly bear before, and I'm on SABRE too. So this
it's fine.
It's fucking even. It's me versus the damn grizzly bear. And he's throwing and slashing, I'm weaving and dodging, right? So it took me a couple fucking hours, but I eventually submit the grizzly bear under sheer pressure of a rear naked choke.
They gas out pretty quick.
They gassed out pretty quick. But how the fuck do you feed a grizzly bear? So now I used to have a chihuahua, and now it's a fucking grizzly. How do you take care of that? You can't, bro.
They don't eat kibble. They don't eat kibble.
They don't eat kibble. And so if you're not ready for these type of problems, like I'm talking about, if your pet gecko escapes its enclosure and eats a capsule of SABRE, all of a sudden there's a fire-breathing dragon in your living room, and you're not prepared. So, yeah, actually, fuck the product. Actually, we're gonna discontinue it.
Now that I think about it, I think we have a new business opportunity here.
Yeah.
There's geckos all over Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. Because everybody always tries to ask me, like, how did the dinosaurs die? And I could give you an explanation, but it's much easier. Basically, what happens is, because everybody's like, how did you make this formula? I didn't make the formula. SABRE was orbiting Earth for 3,000 years. It was orbiting flat Earth for 3,000 years. It eventually got inside the ecosystem and crashed down. It's extraterrestrial. My ancestors' ancestors found the first sample of SABRE. We've been preserving it in my family history for thousands of years. And then eventually I decided to boil it down into a supplement and mass produce it. So it's not actually from here. So that's why nobody else can compete.
People think we were on like WebMD. We were on papyrus scrolls.
Papyrus scroll. Yeah, exactly. The Library of Alexandria, I burnt it down because it contained a recipe for SABRE. I couldn't let other people do it because then everybody would just turn into a giant heathenistic society.
How do you think the pyramids were built?
How do you think gay people were founded? Basically, you give a straight man SABRE and lock him in a room with no females for, I would say, 2 weeks.
Yeah, nothing but Greek cowboys.
Yeah, gay. Immediately gay. ASAP gay.
And that's why I need you all to be very careful. If you do take SABRE, you need to be around women because there is a small possibility. If you're in the Army or the Air Force, I would not recommend SABRE because there is a 99% possibility that the libido will overpower you and you will become homosexual.
Yeah, no.
That's a serious warning.
That's not negotiable. People become
I've seen it happen.
People become gay taking no supplements in prison. Right? They're like, oh, let me just rape this guy that's reaching down to grab the soap in the shower. Well, let me tell you something. If you gave people SABRE in prison, consider it finished. Men would become pregnant that day off sheer willpower of the SABRE user impregnating a man. You've never seen a male pregnancy actually happen legitimately until you've given somebody SABRE because it can happen.
And I'll explain exactly how it can happen. When you take SABRE, your sperm becomes so powerful that wherever it goes, it will simply create a womb.
Yeah, everything becomes a woman. At a certain testosterone level, everything's a woman, depending on your testosterone level. So eventually, you're going to start looking at a building and you're going to be like, man, it's just going to arouse you. And it shouldn't, but it will.
Look, one time I took SABRE, I looked in the mirror, all right? I looked in the mirror.
Don't finish. Don't finish what you're about to say.
I did finish.
All right. Let's move on. No, don't think I'm moving on from SABRE because I'm going to come back to SABRE. But here's let's give people some constructivity. So you'll get everything in this fucking podcast. You'll get the memes, the jokes, the everything. I think to move on to dating, I think you should date one psychotic person in your life.
100%.
I can't get past a long form conversation without telling these stories because that shit has completely shaped my reality in certain ways. So, for everybody that doesn't already know me, very few people, but for the people that don't already know me, I have dated the most psycho, craziest, insane asylum, dark triad piece of work in the history of mankind. And I've told these stories before, and she might be watching this. And if you're watching this, fuck you, but put that to the side. Good. I'm talking about it was so bad. Hey, if I break up with you, I'm going to kill myself. But not just her saying that, me walking into my own home, her somehow being in my home already. I don't know how she got the keys, and being in the process of killing herself in my house.
I dated a girl just like that.
This is Tuesday. This is not like, oh, this happened and it was very dramatic. This is like Tuesday. I'm like, all right, All right, this is the third time this has happened this week. Type of person where I drop her off at home. She didn't want me to drop her off at home. So she says, hey, I forgot something, come back. I'm driving 40 miles per hour in the rain. I can't see 4 feet in front of the car. And she throws herself in front of the car, trying to get me to kill her so I get in trouble. Like that type of petty. And good at being petty. Like she used to be an actor. I was dating an actor. Never in my life. Don't recommend. If you ever listen to anything I said, ever listen to this piece of advice, do not date an actor. She was so good at lying. Good at lying to where she convinced all of my friends that she was always bald and just wearing a wig so that she could justify the fact that she had cancer and she didn't have cancer.
What?
Just so she could get sympathy. And now, hear me out. Now, everybody hates me because I'm being mean to the cancer patient.
Now you're the dickhead.
I can't be the hero. I'm always the villain. I'm making fun of the cancer patient. And these are things that happen on a daily basis. Type of thing. I'm in public and I randomly get assaulted by her mom. You never been in public and just a right cross coming from the fucking heavens, your ex's mom ready to jump you in the middle of a public establishment. That's never happened to you. It's happened to me. But let me tell you something. I'm the toughest motherfucker the history has ever seen after that. Because you can go through, look, I had a rough come up growing up. My mother will be the first one to tell you. We had a rough time coming up. And man, dating hits you in an angle that it will cause you pain no matter how tough you are. You're the toughest motherfucker in the world. It's because you let it past your defenses, and so it becomes highly transformative. So that being said, that one relationship gave me more dating experience than, like, I could date 50 crazy bitches. Nobody's as crazy as this bitch. That's why I'm talking to a girl. She's like, hey, I don't know if you want to deal with me. I'm pretty crazy. I'm like, bro, you're not crazy because I'm still kicking. This other bitch used to fucking try to kill me on a daily basis. You're not crazy. You can't even convince me that you're crazy. Like, literally, I'm alive and well, and that just proof that you're not crazy.
Yeah. And that's why you need to date a psychotic broad, because it's basically like playing on veteran difficulty, right? Because the traits of a psycho chick, those are just the traits of a normal woman cranked up to 1,000,000, right? So it's like entering the game on veteran difficulty, and you learn all the hard fucking lessons. And then when you come back down to reality, to a girl who's only like a little bit crazy,
Cakewalk.
Easy, you're good. You're good.
And all girls are set out to destroy you. That's why you degenerate whenever you're talking to a girl, because she wants to make you more comfortable. Every girl wants you to be more comfortable. So this is a pretty low point. Never listen to women. You should never listen to a woman ever, because even if the woman has your best intentions and really loves you and cares for you, she's going to give you how to feel better. And how to feel better is almost never productive. That being said, not just making you comfortable, other things too, trying to start arguments, etc. She's trying to break you, because the whole proof of do you deserve this woman is proved by the fact that she can't break you.
Exactly.
So if you now withstand that force, you not only have earned said girl, but you have also transformed yourself a little bit as a man. And so every girl's going to try to break you. It's your job to withstand it. And that's why if you don't withstand it, you'll have a great time for 6 months, 1 year, and then she'll leave you. You either put on pounds, or you either started acting different, or you just started doing something because she successfully broke you. And I'll give homage for that point. And I don't give homage. Brute force.
Yep.
That's who said that first. And to give you a cliff note, giving homage to everything you say is gay. Information is everywhere. There's no price tag on it. The internet is decentralized. I can't fucking stand a motherfucker that'll sit here. And I know exactly who I'm talking about when I say this. We started this. We said this first. Please give me homage. Homage here. If you don't give me homage, shut your ever-loving fucking ass up.
Look, I could claim homage on half the shit that's on Money Twitter right now. Like, half the shit people say, I could claim homage for. Yeah. But I'm not going to, because it's gay. But if we're gonna keep talking about women for a moment, I'd like to preface this. All right. There's nothing about this that has anything to do with the red pill. Those guys are dorks. All right. If we make any points that are similar to what red pill guys say, because they do have some truth, here's the difference. When we say certain things about women, like they're going to break you, or you should never listen to one, that is not a knock on women. We love women. Women are amazing creatures. We're not mad at women for being the way they are. That's the way God made them. They're supposed to be that way, right? The difference between the nuance between what we're saying and what the other guys are saying is that they're mad at women for these things. They think that women equal bad because she's trying to break you. That's how she's supposed to be. That's what makes women amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And I'll say some things that people might label me as a misogynist for, and I'm not gonna lie.
I am.
Certain influencers came up and came down, and they made it okay to be a misogynist.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was raised by women. That's what people don't understand. I got my masculinity from the world, bro. I had to get beat down into the earth and dig myself back up. Me and my brother were literally just fighting every obstacle life had to throw at us by ourselves from a very young age. And that's I learned School of Hard Knocks. That's how I learned it. But I know women more than anybody. Single mom, grandma, her sister, and I had a cousin that was my age, and that's who I grew up around. And then just my younger brother was the only other man, and obviously neither one of us are men. We're both boys at the time. And I have to thug out through life. I was coming up with basically nothing. I'm talking about me and my brother didn't have enough food, money for McDonald's. We slept on the floor and shared one blanket, no pillow. Fucking air conditioning is not in there. Like me and my brother went through the experience, putting putting a hot dog in the fucking toaster to eat lunch once a week. Fucking we don't have money for water. Like bro, drinking the same tap that makes the frogs gay. I went through everything, and this is not even the parts that are hard in my life. This is just where I started out. So I've been through these things. And so I know what a good woman is. The independent woman narrative is so beyond skewed because I just told you I was raised by a single mother. My mom is an independent woman. She is built completely different. I'm talking about 5:30 in the morning, she's going up to get exercise to maintain her health. Then she's working her first job, and she's coming back and she's going to school at the same time. Whatever government funding grants so that she can take one class. It took her degree like 11 years to complete it. She's like that. So now I'm a man. I'm of Middle Eastern descent. We take pride, like we take our women very seriously. My mom is never going to work harder than me. So how hard was now think about it. How hard was I working at 11, 12, 13 years old? That's how I took leaps and bounds in front of people because I started disadvantaged. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I started disadvantaged. Most people do not. Most people think they started disadvantaged. They didn't. I know because I was watching all you motherfuckers in high school that had the advantages. And I'm like, damn, right? And so the independent woman lifestyle is the hardest thing ever. I'm talking about even if you really wanted to, and most of you bitches do not, even if you really wanted to be an independent woman, you cannot. It's hard. I watched my mom struggle, toil, cry, bleed, and it's near impossible. Most men can't do it. True independence, really think about how many people help you to get to where you're at today. You're not independent. I saw an actual independent woman, and that is non-existent. Sugar daddies exist. Instagram exists. You are not independent. You're not. You never will be.
Yeah, nobody is.
And they don't want to be.
I mean, just in a microcosm, me and you wouldn't be sitting right here if it wasn't also for Tom and DK and Gallagher and all the rest of our guys. It's all a collective effort. There's no self-made men.
I'll take it. I'll say when I did something myself, trust me, you will hear it from me. I will flex. I did this. But bro, I'll never talk about self-made, nobody else helped me. I'll never say that shit.
Yeah.
Never. And I don't even want to be able to say it because if you're truly self-made, you probably never will meet somebody that's truly self-made because I don't even believe in the concept. But let's say it does happen every now and then. You're a dickhead. How did you not run into anybody along the way that wanted to help?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're a dickhead. That's why homeless people rub me the wrong way. And not, some homeless people have their circumstances, right? I'm right, bro. There's exceptions to the rule. Put that shit to the side. If I had zero anything, I could probably name 10 people that would quarter me. 10 people and would not ask anything in return. I could not physically be homeless. There are people that would die before they saw me homeless. This is not something that I sat here and had to grind 40 hours for. I'm just being a good person and it just worked. And please take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying I am a good person. I said I was being a good person. I treat this one person nice. This person treats me nice back. Okay, all of a sudden, if I need help, they'll help me. And it's literally that simple. And that's why I say, like, people, networking, bro. I want to network. How do I network? Oh, you mean have friends? You fucking dummy. Bro, what? Networking? Networking. If you come up to me trying to network, I'm respectfully going to deck you upside your jaw. Because, bro, just be my friend. I don't get it.
There's a big difference between knowing people and knowing people, right? There are friends, and then, like, me and you, we just recently met in person. You're my fucking brother. You're my fucking brother. You're not a friend. You're not someone I know. You're my fucking brother at this point. That's not networking. That's not sending a DM. That's not going to an event to meet people. That's on a different level. And you only get that way when you truly want to see each other succeed. There's no ego in the way. I don't want to win more than Pierre wins. Pierre doesn't want to win more than Reese wins, right? You put the egos to the side and you genuinely want to see each other win is when you can start transcending just networking and knowing people to actually having people that you can rely on. Like Pierre said, people who will not let you go homeless.
Yeah, 100%. And like the competitive relationship is there. Like I want to beat Reese in X and Y, but where the nuance is if Reese wins and I didn't, it's not a problem for me. If anything, I get more excited for other people winning than me because now this person is winning. I have an extra resource, and because it's my brother, I'm genuinely happy for this person. Mm-hmm. If I call you my brother, if I say that, then that means whatever is mine, if it was yours, I would have zero issue with it. There's no friction between me and you in achievement at all. And to give some context too, yeah, we met very short while ago, but we were knee deep in multi-5-figure investments for a while. So naturally, it was like not very a big deal meeting in person. It was great, but it wasn't like, oh my God, who are you? Hey, Reese, Pierre, I can't believe you're like this in person. No, I was very acquainted with the person of Reese before.
Literally just walked in the door and continued the same conversation we were having earlier that day.
100%.
Like nothing happened. But how many people, you listening, ask yourself, you have online friends, you have these group chats that you're in on Twitter probably. How many of those people would you put $20,000 of your own money into a shared account? How many of those people would you send your card info to, your social security number info to? How many? Probably fucking zero. That's the type of shit we do in RNL.
Hey, we need this contract signed. We need this form filled out. All right, pop. Send it in, send it out. Very easy.
And you can't get there. Again, it comes back to the authenticity. The reason that we trust each other with that kind of information is because I know Pierre's a real dude. I know that Pierre is exactly who he says he is, right? He doesn't have a vendetta behind the scenes, and you can just tell by the vibe.
Yeah, 100%. That type of information can get exchanged. I know there's not going to be any consequences because I can, number one, read people very well. I know who has my best intent. So that being said, I have your best intent. So go ahead and send me your social security number, your card number, your ID numbers, whatever you can send me, go ahead and send it to me. I won't take advantage. Maybe. Just kidding. Don't send me that shit.
You'll see us in the Ferragamo store tomorrow.
Yeah. I wonder how many people are going to take this literally and just start sending their card information to people, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a basic level of trust, right? That level of trust is established if you're a trustworthy person. I can look at you in the face for 2 seconds and know that you're a weasel. You don't understand. We have RNL. RNL is open to motherfuckers that are real enough to be an RNL. There's a reason why there's a fucking single-digit amount of members. And the reason is because none of you fuckers make the cut. You're all fake and weasels. If you weren't, you'd be in the group. It's not a group that's closed. It's closed for everybody that's not a real one. Now, we have some prospects and recruits and stuff, but they'll be in the pipeline for 10 fucking years until we know that we can trust them, right? I mean, it could take us 2 minutes. We trust them. You're in. We don't trust this guy. Maybe we'll see, whatever. You might be in the pipeline for 35 years. We don't know. The fact of the matter is we have access, and if you join, you have that access. What we just said, pass through multi-5-figure amount. Here, can I have this from you? Can you have this from you? Can you call this very famous person and tell them X, Y, and Z? Yeah, it all gets done, and it gets done immediately when you're part of the group. And you're not part of the group because you're not real enough to be part of the group. I want you to understand internet culture as you know it. You have to question, is RNL doing this? You genuinely have to ask that question.
And
there are phone calls that we make.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. There are phone calls that we make that will program your brain, and it's happening, and you don't know. You don't know. Next time you see something on the internet, am I watching this because RNL decided in a very dark room that I should be watching this? That's a question you should ask yourself.
I will say this completely seriously and not in a braggadocious, egotistic way. You would be absolutely shocked at the people that we're having conversations with behind the scenes. I mean, one's public, right? We have Sneeko in on SABRE. Sneeko, we're partnered with him. We know him. But you would be shocked to see the type of people who know who we are, who fuck with our content, who we're speaking to behind the scenes, working on things. You have no idea what's going on. And before anyone thinks that perhaps they are real, but we just haven't noticed them. If you exist on the internet anywhere near our sphere, we know who you are, and we've already determined whether you're real or not.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't want you to think that we're making a clout flex, because it's far from it. I'm not saying, oh, we know very famous influencers on the internet. Please think I'm cool. We know famous influencers. No, look at who we know. Hey, look. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if the president addresses the nation on TV, ask yourself who wrote the speech on the teleprompter. That's what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not saying, hey, I know very cool people, look at me flex, because we know after a certain amount of flexing, it's a bit homosexual, right? You're obviously flexing to compensate in a different area. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying whenever the WEF comes out with a new declaration and you have to eat bugs, ask, is Pierre the reason? The next time you're now forced to take 62 vaccine mandates, ask yourself, did Reese Bra send the letter to a certain person of Jewish heritage to make this happen? That's what I'm saying.
And to piggyback off what you were saying, who you like, the people you know, that doesn't mean anything. The only thing that means anything is how much influence you have over the narrative, right? And there have been certain things that you would have. There's certain things that you would have no idea that we orchestrated, that we did orchestrate, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna put my finger on about 7 of those, but if everybody watching knew, they would start laughing. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha.
I'm not laughing now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these things, and that's why you always have to remember to have fun with it, because you could be doing something very serious and always still have fun with it. And it's only when you're going through your natural inclinations that shit like that happens. And that's why I won't take it for anything else. I could be making more money than I am. Oh, I make a good amount of money, but I could be making more and doing something way more boring. I just simply do not want to. And you eventually get rewarded for that. Trust me. The river is flowing in a certain direction. I did a long space on this, Reese was on the space. The river is flowing in a certain direction. You don't dictate the direction the river flows. You're born in that specific river. If you swim against it, you might get to where you want to go. It's going to be very slow, and it's going to suck. It's going to hurt your soul. Or you can simply pause, stop thinking for 2 minutes. What are my natural inclinations? Where's the river taking me? You go with flow. You see when somebody is going with flow. Rick Rubin. That motherfucker looks like a wizard. He looks like he's never experienced stress one day in his damn life. He's one of the most influential, if not the most influential people in, like, let's say hip hop. He invented the distorted 808 was his idea. Like, there's things that you just hear every 5 minutes that he created and you don't know. But these are things, this is because he's just following your natural creativity. People think you have to work harder. As somebody who works very hard because I enjoy working hard, that's literally not the truth, bro. You just do what you're naturally inclined to do. Law of least effort. If I can get X return with doing less work, and I can get X return by doing more work, naturally you should opt towards the one that makes you do less work and get the same result, because now you have more time and energy to do it again. Mm-hmm. And that's how you create momentum. That's how you accumulate resources. That's how you build wealth. So things like that are important to know, but it's hammered into your brain that you shouldn't think like that, because the gurus will tell you, oh, you haven't sent enough emails, send 10,000 more. You haven't done this, send 100,000 more. Bro, the way the internet is right now, bro, I hate to say it, but they're tricking you, because everybody wants you to try harder, because if you try harder, you'll never blame them for their shitty info product because you didn't try hard enough, so they'll blame you for the shitty info product. The way the internet is so fast, it's so reactive, instant gratification is so there and receptive. You start a business model, you should get positive feedback that day. And I'm not saying it takes you one day to quit and move on to the next thing, but if you've been doing it for 4 months and haven't seen not one lick of positive feedback or success or something, bro, you're doing the wrong thing.
Well, just keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on pushing. You can't fail if you don't quit.
What's the difference between the cubicle guy who's going for the 25-cent raise in 3 years from you doing cold emails, moving from 1,000 a month to 2,000 a month in 3 years because you fucking don't want to do it and it's not your thing?
Yeah. And you hate every day of your life the same way anyway. You don't even enjoy doing it.
You reframed being a desk slave. That's crazy.
If you don't enjoy doing it, that is a sign from God that you should not be doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I enjoy doing? I like writing funny words. Yeah. And that's what I fucking do. And it took me here.
And I'm not saying you don't have to do hard things, because people are going to spit, switch, and crazy, take the narrative and put it in somewhere completely different. There are certain things that you won't want to do that you'll have to do.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between enjoying what you do and being happy. You shouldn't necessarily be happy all the time. You might hate working out, but the feeling after working out is so gratifying, it justifies the pain of the process. So that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily I'm so happy while doing this. It's fulfilling. You have a joyful time maybe afterwards. Maybe you like doing it too. It manifests in different ways for different people. You just need to find what's the least resistant path. Maybe it's not the least resistant path. Maybe your number one go-to career would have been being a stripper or something. But there is a path that is easier than most of the ones that are being shoved down your throat by Iman Gadzhi. Simple. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Iman Gadzhi wants you to be a 70% low-ticket closer for him. Right? All right. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not going to say, do this. This is the best way to make money. No. SABRE is not the best way to make money. We're still doing it because it's the law of least resistance. It's going to become a 10-figure company because it's just what is flowing with what skill sets we have, what we want to do, who we are, how we like to market things. That point is so simple, it's going to go over everybody's head. Still, nobody's going to implement.
Yeah, they're not going to understand
it's
the
fine.
nuance in what we were saying there.
It's fine. That's why I'll shamelessly give all the secrets. I don't give a fuck.
RNL says you don't have to work hard for anything.
Oh my God. Listen, let me not work hard ever again. Yeah, bro. I'm well aware that people will misinterpret basically everything I say. So I'll shamelessly say whatever fucking tips and tricks ever. But
there's actually a guy from Twitter that I know that is a good friend of mine. He was telling me about this study where it is impossible to effectively communicate with someone who is outside of about plus or minus 15 IQ points.
Are you serious?
Yes. So someone who's 100 and 115, they can get along fine. But someone who's 90 and 120, they're not, they can't communicate. They're not thinking on the same wavelengths at all, right? I'm sure you've talked to people who you're having a conversation. You're like, there's just some fucking disconnect here. Like, I'm not getting what they're saying. They're not fucking getting what I'm saying. And that's because you're just too far apart, which means that if you do not understand what we're talking about, it means you're fucking dumb.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Like you actually have a low IQ.
Yeah. I'm a genius. So naturally, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you're either somehow a super genius, you're not, or you're a dumbass. So yeah, I hate to break it to you. You're not smart. It's okay. That's fine because retards do well in this life.
I do.
What you want to make sure is that you're not a midwit, right? So look, there are ways to, let's say, perform higher cognitively, right? There are certain brain exercises, whatever. You're probably not going to earn any IQ at all, but it's going to help you perform at a smarter level, make good decisions. SABRE will help you focus. There's a lot of options. There's also ways to become more retarded. You can literally bang your head against the wall a bunch of times. That'll do it. You can take an obscene amount of illegal substances. That'll do it. The key is don't be a midwit. So if you're sitting here at 105 IQ and I tell you, hey, believe in God, well, actually, the evidence does not support the jurisdiction of a supportive God in this reality. Hate to break it to you, you're a midwit. You need to bang your head against a very hard surface a bunch of times to become more retarded and therefore remove the thinking barrier in front of you. Or you need to somehow figure out how to get your hands on 30 more IQ points so that you can become smart enough to operate. The middle dies every fucking time. It is what it is.
Yeah, the middle is slavery, and that goes for pretty much anything. It goes for IQ. It goes for income brackets, right? Who pays all the taxes? The middle class, right? The winners are riding the long tails of the distribution. If you're at the top of the bell, you're fucked. It's just over. It doesn't matter what endeavor we're talking about. Way out here or way down here. In fact, if you look at the way IQ distributes between men and women, right? You got a number line. The mean IQ in America is 100. Most women are right around 100, whereas there's not a whole lot of men around 100. The men are either 70 or 120.
Yeah.
Right? So men are generally way out on the long tails. They're either really dumb or really smart, whereas women are closer around the middle. Who are the greatest of the greats in every endeavor?
Both.
Men.
Yeah.
And it's not because women are dumb. In fact, there's a lot of women who are a lot smarter than a lot of men. It's just none of them are like really smart. They're not riding long tails.
Yeah. And none of them are dumb enough either.
That's why you see the biggest losers in the world are men and the biggest winners in the world are men, is because they're riding the long tails of the distributions.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, like, the fact that women are so highly populated in that mid IQ area is very heartbreaking because retarded bitches are the best.
Bro, honestly.
I love retarded bitches.
Honestly.
I made a tweet about that and everybody started agreeing with me. And not a lot of people, when I make a tweet that's abrasive and I'm really trying to piss people off, because I was trying to piss people off with that tweet. Usually they're like, hey, Pierre, you're the bad guy. I hate you. I put a picture of your face and throw darts at it at night or whatever like that, right? But this time they agreed to me. They're like, yes, amen. Retarded bitches are the best. And it's funny because the stats literally correlate directly. Like the higher a girl's IQ is, the less chance that she will actually get married.
Yep.
It's because smart bitches are unbearable. You're smart and you can't apply it because you're a woman, so you actually can't apply things in the real world to the same level that men can. I'm sure you'll be a great woman. But here's the problem. Women performing at a high level, they have to sacrifice everything that comes with womanhood. So yes, you can be a great whatever career. Now you're a shitty family woman. Congratulations, right? Versus men's duty being protect, provide, etc., the whole 9 yards that everybody has heard a million times on the internet. That is their role. So if you double down on that, you're not sacrificing manhood, you're doubling down on manhood. Versus women, the second you pursue a career, you basically deject half of your essence, which is your femininity as a whole.
Yeah, I've dated girls that are, I've dated some very, very smart, like high IQ girls, and the problem is that they're masculine. They're not very feminine, because the smarter you are, obviously, the more logically inclined you are, and femininity and logic are two polar fucking opposites, right? Femininity is completely fucking illogical.
It's chaotic.
Exactly. Incidentally, the dumber a woman gets, the more feminine she is.
Yeah.
Right? Because she doesn't want to think.
I want you to not be able to name the 7 continents. I want to ask you a very simple question and you just look at me and don't get it. That is the most attractive type of woman. Just be dumb. And you know what the funny part is? They'll start jumping through every hoop and ladder to try to create things that'll make them more attractive. Bro, just be a dumbass.
Yeah.
SABRE should make a supplement that makes women retarded.
It's a good idea.
That shit would fly off the
It's just
fucking
lead.
shelf.
It's just a lead pill.
Straight up. Go straight to your brain and lowers your IQ. That's a great idea.
Look, I'll watch those videos that the red pill guys put out where they're asking women, like, name 3 countries. Bro, the girls who can't name any countries, I need her, bro.
Yeah.
I need her.
Yeah, 100%. Like, name 3 countries. Okay, Africa.
Paris.
I'm like, yes, bro. Perfect. That's the best.
And guess what? She's never going to look at my fucking hidden messages because she doesn't even know what that is.
She's like, oh, why were you here? I was busy. Okay, good.
Why were you at Magic City? Oh, baby, that's another name for Disney World. She doesn't know.
She doesn't know the fucking difference between Disney World.
What's Live? What's Health and Wellness Center?
I don't condone this, by the way. I might maybe a little bit. And that's the thing. When it comes to stuff like that, it's like men don't even really have high standards.
No.
This is what I said. 10 out of 10. And 10 out of 10 is a figure of speech because you can't really measure beauty for real. 10 out of 10 women, I don't like you, because a 10 out of 10 woman, for her to get from 9 to 10, she has to obsess about her personality. She has to do a certain routine in the morning. She has to have certain operations done. She has to take her pictures at a certain angle and have certain filters. That type of person is naturally unbearable. Bring me all the mid bitches. I want all the mid bitches. They're so wholesome, it counteracts the fact that they're a 7 out of 10. The personality that now envelops this 7 out of 10 is more wholesome than the 10 out of 10 ever will be. And everybody's like, Pierre, just find the 10 out of 10 and then create another person to make her personality someone you should be able. I'm not doing all that work, respectively. What do they say? Just get 15 mid bitches. 7 times 15 is a lot higher than 10. Fucking these model whores, the expectation is different. Keep it. You know what? Keep all of them. Better yet, I'll make the ultimate sacrifice for mankind. I'll take all the 10 out of 10 bitches. That way you guys no longer have to deal with 10 out of 10 hoes. And I'll leave all the mid bitches for everybody else. I'm extremely selfless in that matter.
You truly are a generous man.
I'm
Pierre.
super
really
generous. Just because of that, I'm doing one better for everybody. I will monopolize the model bitches and give everybody the mid hoes. Simple. I can add on to the argument. Fat bitches are simply better for you. You should be with a fat bitch.
There's okay. Everyone knows the age-old adage. What is it? Fat girls give the best head.
Fat girls give the best head.
Why do you think that is? Because she's trying to impress you. But what does everybody else know? The 10 out of 10 girl, the model types, starfish.
Yeah.
Because they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
What I thought you were gonna say is because it's like eating, and they're always good at eating.
There's a joke about stuffing their face with meat. Yeah.
Because
there's a joke
and here's the thing, I actually have the scientific. So that's true, but I actually have the scientific analysis to back it. So if you live with a woman, your testosterone goes down. It's comfortable. And it's also a biological response because you have to not hurt this woman. So you have to be put into a softer state to coincide and live with this woman. If the woman is 500 pounds and you're sleeping next to this girl,
you're in danger.
You're in danger. Your life is in danger.
Okay.
If she flips over, you die. So naturally, you're in a fight or flight response stage that's boosting your testosterone very heavily at all times. You're laying down next to this behemoth, and you have to fucking counteract this. Number two, let's say you're trying to gain muscle, put on weight, which is also testosterone boosting activity. Who knows their way around the kitchen better, Sydney Sweeney or Lizzo? You answer that question. Lizzo is in the kitchen fucking making things work.
Cornbread and fried chicken.
Exactly. Who has a higher body count? Your skinny girl with double D's or your fat bitch from across the street? So the skinny girl with double D's has been through how much penis? So you're with a bitch that likes penis. That's gay. Your significant other likes dick. That's gay.
That is kind of gay.
That's gay.
They literally like dudes.
That is crazy. That is super homosexual. Versus
Couldn't
your fat
be me.
bitch. Your fat bitch has less exposure to dudes. So that being said, same selfless concept as from before. I will take all the skinny bitches so that you guys no longer have to deal with them. And you can keep the fat bitches. All my American brothers, all the Jamaican boys, I know exactly what y'all like. Y'all can have it. Monopoly.
You're truly a generous man. In fact, I have an idea.
I'm waiting on my Nobel Peace Prize.
In order to boost testosterone, I think we should introduce a SABRE high-ticket product.
Yes.
We're going to drop ship you a 500-pound bitch.
Yes.
Sleep next to her. You're going to be in danger all the fucking time. She's going to feed you red meat, cornbread, collard greens. You're going to get jacked.
Yeah. And it's just more woman. Like, I have a 500-pound bitch. You have 3 wives. They're 100-pound each. I have more bitches than you. My bitch is 500 pounds. Literally, my bitch equates physically. How do you want to measure it? Weight, height, doesn't matter.
You say you like women, but only a little bit of woman.
Yeah, you only like a little bit
okay,
of
bro.
woman.
You like women.
All right,
you like
bro.
women.
You're fruity, I guess. Okay, bro. I mean, brother. I don't know how to fix you, but anyways. SABREsupplements.com. That is where you get this. That is our business. If we're going to the moon, this is currently our flagship product, our only product. We will eventually morph into a full-scale apothecary where we have any and every supplement that you could possibly desire. That is all in the works. But as of right now, this is our leading product. Go get it at sabresupplements.com. You can get it from anybody's Twitter account. You can get it from the Sabre page Twitter account. Honestly, it's on every screen. If you're in the ecosystem where you're watching this video, you don't go a day without seeing it. I know that for sure. So,
Twitter at SabreSups, Instagram at SabreSups, Twitter at Pierre_Caltani, at Reese the Bra,
DK, Closing USD, whatever.
Sneeko.
Honestly, we could get that shit hand delivered to you in the Bermuda Triangle if we wanted to.
No. And on a completely serious note, like all the memes and stuff aside, this legitimately is better than anything else on the market. I mean, as far as the dosages, you can go check our website to see our third-party tests to see that everything is pure, everything's natural, everything's high quality. Like, there is no debate that there's truly nothing like this on the market. It is the best supplement for men on the market.
100%. That'll wrap up essentially our podcast. We went through basically any and every topic, 2 hours. Motherfuckers can't sit in front of you and give you raw, unedited, no cuts, real shit, be funny, give you knowledge. We can. Expect to see a lot more of this.
0 jump cuts.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing this.
Yeah, fuck you and your editing style, Mr. Beast. Goodbye. Can we cut it? All right, nice. I'll look at the
How
time,
long
like-
did we go?